Bill, I admire your effort to bring an element of rigor to the search for God and a more limited search with intelligent design to an inference of design. But if we really want to get to God, there's a lot of people who try to prove God in different ways. Speaking with the rigor that you've brought to intelligent design, are you critical of others who try to prove God, even though you personally do believe in God, but use methodologies that just don't work?
That's a good question. I've looked at lots of proofs for God's existence, and I'm not sure that anything, I never have the sense that I'm dealing with a slam dunk. I mean, even intelligent design isn't giving you a slam dunk. It's a pointer. It's pointing, making I think belief in God plausible. It's friendly to theism in a way that perhaps Darwinian materialism isn't. But there's certainly, I mean, you can just tick off the various proofs for God's existence. I mean, I've looked at the ontological proof. I've gone through Alvin Plantinga's stuff, and it's as well I could. And it's pretty heavy going. And I think at some level, often we just respond with to these proofs at a gut level, and it's like, does this move me? Does this convince me? And I think that there are lots which don't really. I mean, the ontological proof, it always seemed to me at the end of the day is some sort of word game about, what's contained in the definition of God, and that you get somehow God's existence just kind of pops out of it. Even the cosmological argument that every, with the sense of a principle of sufficient reason, everything needs a cause. It seems to me that explanations always run out at some point. There's a natural resting place or final resting place of explanation. And it seems that we can end it in nature, we can end it in God. And it seems, I'm not sure you can really adjudicate that on any sort of logical grounds that stand outside and can say, okay, well, it's really God and not nature. I find the moral argument pretty persuasive in the sense that, especially in light of some of the evolutionary ethics sorts of arguments that are made these days, that, that basically our morality is a remnant of our evolutionary past as hunter-gatherers, and we've programmed for altruism because that helped the group or whatever. Those have never struck me as very persuasive, and it seems that's the existence of God, a God who has a law of creation, has a design for humanity, that can give us a moral basis. That seems to me persuasive, but I'm not sure that there's an argument that takes me from the existence of some sort of objective morality, if such a thing exists, to God. So
but if you have an objective morality that's independent of anything else of necessity, then it exists of necessity, and you don't need God, unless you're saying that you have to have God create the morality.
Where do you get that objective morality? I mean, you don't get it on Darwinian grounds. I mean, if anything, morality is an illusion fobbed off on our genes, by our genes, as E.O. Wilson and Michael Ruse will put it. So, I think the point that I would make is that I've never found them as slam dunk arguments.
Any of these,
really, and even design. I mean, and this goes back. I mean, I take Kant very seriously in his antinomies, and then also is looking at the various arguments for God's existence. He, by the way, he was open to design. I mean, he thought that it was a good argument, but it didn't get you to God. It got you to some sort of architect, something like a Platonic demiurge or something, perhaps. But it didn't get you to a creator God who's the source of being of the whole world.
That's consistent with intelligent design.
Yeah, perfectly.